As Russia continues to wage war on Ukraine, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy has said that he is no longer pressing for NATO membership. A seat for Ukraine in NATO is one of the key reasons that had provoked Russia to launch a full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Now, in an interview, Zelenskyy has said, and I quote him here, "I have cooled down regarding this question a long time ago after we understood that NATO is not prepared to accept Ukraine," unquote. Now, Zelenskyy also has long been asking NATO for help, but since Ukraine is not a member of NATO, the organization has been unwilling to step in. So today marks 2 weeks of the Russian continued assault on Ukraine, and even after a successful ceasefire, the situation on ground remains grim. And according to the UN, civilian casualties have spiked to more than 1,300 since the invasions began, and 61 Ukrainian hospitals have also been destroyed so far. My colleague Srinjoy Chaudhary now joins me on the broadcast. Srinjoy, this is a very, very important statement by the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy. Now he's saying that he's ready to stand down when it comes to that question of the NATO membership.
Yeah, that is going to be important because this is something the Russians have been saying all along, that Ukraine should not be part of NATO. And it has to be said that there are NATO countries that do not want Ukraine in NATO, which is why Ukraine has never been part of NATO. For instance, Poland has, Romania has, and they are part of NATO. Even the Baltic states, Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia are part of NATO, but not Ukraine, because there are countries in NATO that did not want Ukraine in NATO. That apart, the important point to note now is that your 700 Indian citizens who were in Sumy and were in Poltava last night have moved west. They are moving in a train towards the Eastern Europe. They should be there perhaps within a day. It's a long train ride, but they are in the train, they are safe, and they should get to Eastern Europe very soon. What we are hearing is that the Polish borders are absolutely jammed, so alternative arrangements may also be necessary, but we shall see how things are at this point.